To introduce two of their sports marketing directors who are here with us today. Brandon Podgorski and Dan Drips are going to be sharing with us about the exciting things that are going to be happening very soon with the team. So welcome them.
Thank you for your introduction, and thank you for having us out today. I live in Kokomo, and Dan is going to tell you a little bit more about our company, about MKE Sports and Entertainment. We own properties here in Lafayette with the Aviators, and we also own the Kokomo Jackrabbits and a soccer team in Kokomo, the Kokomo Mantis. So I've been in Kokomo for about the past 3 years. Before I took this job with MKE, I was the athletics director at Indiana University Kokomo, and I was a member of our Kiwanis Club in Kokomo. And watching everybody here and what you've done with the playground and the amount of happy dollars and just seeing your group, this is a really, really special group here. And I don't say that a lot to a lot of groups I've been in. You know, I've been to a lot of Kiwanis, and I was also a Rotarian. And everybody's really altruistic, but you just don't have a lot of energy in every group, and a lot of people participate. So it's a really neat group, and I just appreciate you guys having us out here today. So thank you. And I am going to turn it over to Dan right now. He's going to give you some background about our company, about MKE Sports and Entertainment that we work for. And he's also going to give you some background about the Aviators, and he'll talk a little bit about Kokomo as well. And then I'll be back to wrap it up and just let you know some ways that you can help and get involved with the team this summer. So take it away.
Thank you once again. I'll kind of echo what Brandon said there. Thank you very much for having us here today. Really is a huge opportunity. Again, my name is Dan Drips. I actually originally was born in Kokomo, but moved away when I was really young. Grew up in Ohio. My most recent position was, before this, was as a sponsorship sales intern with the Indianapolis Colts. So that was a lot of fun being able to do that. This is actually my first Kiwanis meeting that I've actually attended. So great to be a part of this and then see what you guys have going on. You're really doing a lot of great things. So thank you very much for the opportunity to speak with you. So as you can see, we got our logo up there. Nice old school aviator guy. Is a great chance to be able to honor the aviation theme that is Lafayette. A lot of things that go along with it. So as a nice little tagline, we have caught up in an updraft. Take flight is our nice little tag there as we get ready to start our first season here in Lafayette and really get excited for what's going on. So a little bit about the company as a whole and about the team. Signs of a team in an updraft. I'll kind of go through each of these points step by step. Starting off with number one, quality and knowledgeable management. So to give you an idea of exactly the company that I'm with and what we bring to the table, we have over 50 full-time employees. We're based out of Milwaukee, Wisconsin. So a lot of our full-time staff works out of Milwaukee. We have a marketing department. We have like a creative design department. We have a ticketing department. Really all the different areas that you need, entertainment managers, all those different things. A lot of them are based out of Milwaukee. However, Brandon and I both are down here in the market. As he mentioned, he lives in Kokomo right now. I live in Indianapolis at this moment as well, but we both work in both Kokomo and Lafayette. So we come with a lot of sports experience. People from professional teams, college teams, other collegiate summer teams as well. Really make up our staff to bring a ton of sports experience to this to Lafayette. In Kokomo, as you can see, with this last year was the first year that we had Kokomo Jackrabbits, and our ballpark, Kokomo Municipal Stadium, was voted the best of the ballparks in all of collegiate summer baseball. So that was a huge tribute to the amount of resources and what we want to put into our summer leagues and our teams that we own. And so that was a nice little testament to what they were able to do in Kokomo itself. For us, we'll be playing in Loeb Stadium, which is it's a historical stadium, as I'm sure many of you know. Great stadium, hosts the Colt World Series every year, and we're doing some minor improvements to it at this point, adding in another concession stand. We repainted the concourse itself. We're putting in a playground area for kids, tailgate area. So we're doing a lot of little things to help facelift the stadium, but also still keep its character. That way we're not taking away from the classic baseball field that we have there. Another sign of a team in an updraft and the quality and knowledgeable management. So a team that we own in Milwaukee, it's an indoor soccer team. It's actually the oldest soccer team in the U.S. It's called the Milwaukee Wave. And this was a little excerpt that Stadium Journey, who goes around and rates fan experience, stadiums, all different types of sports venue elements every year. Stadium Journey had this to say about our team up in Milwaukee. All indoor soccer team games should be like a Milwaukee Wave game experience. Attending a Wave game should be on a list for any sports enthusiast who may or may not enjoy soccer. I have to commend the Wave for being a top-level organization. So our company itself, we have a lot of great success in the teams that we've been with to bring entertainment to a game, more than just what's on the field, but also surrounding people in the stands, making sure that even if they don't like the product that's on the field, if they're not a huge baseball fan in this case, there's something going on for them to be able to have entertainment, have fun at the game, spend some good time with friends and family, and then just come out. And then another little point about quality and knowledgeable management. Kokomo Jackrabbit's attendance last year for our first year averaged over 1,500 fans per game. So we were able to have a huge impact. By the end of the season, there's a few games that we were going over 2,500, even 3,000 times I think a time or two as well. With Loeb Stadium, we have seating capacity for 3,500 in there. So if we have it our way, we're going to have 3,500 for every game. So hopefully we'll get there, but it's definitely going to be something where our staff knows how to get people out to games and make sure that they're having fun. That way they keep coming back, and it becomes a real focus for the city itself. Sports Journal of Central Indiana labeled the Kokomo Jackrabbits as the story of the year for Central Indiana. So it's a Get Jacked theme, but they definitely labeled us as being the event for the summer. So it's great having that honor as well. Another entity that we own up in Milwaukee is the Rock Sports Complex. It's actually a bike park, and it's the second largest in the country. But for the second year in a row, it was named the best bike park, which is a huge honor to have for that as well. And we also own a haunted attraction up in Milwaukee, in the Milwaukee area as well. That was rated the best haunted attraction in Wisconsin this last year as well. So that pretty much just kind of sums up the fact that we have a lot of great experience. It's not something that there's a lot of great experience to build off of the ideas we've had before, and we're bringing a lot of experience and knowledge to Lafayette to make sure that this isn't just a baseball team that's going to be here and not do a whole lot. We want to make sure everyone's coming out, everyone's having fun, that we're getting people coming back out to make a nice central theme for the summer. Number 2 sign that we are in an updraft is a relentless fixation on ticket sales. We realize that having a baseball team doesn't mean much if people aren't in the stands to see it. For as much as we might love watching the game ourselves, we want everybody else to come out and enjoy the game as well. It adds value to the team itself when we have people come out. So we have great ticket packages that fans love. You can do full season, half season ticket packages, 7-game series. We also have group packages and single game tickets available. So it's a very flexible ticket plans. People can come in at any level really and come out to the game. Single game tickets will be $8 to $10 depending on where you sit. So it's very cheap and very easy to come out. You can come and buy them on the day of the game. So it's one of those where we try to make it as easy as possible for everybody to come out, make it as family friendly as possible, and make sure that everyone has a chance to see us play baseball this summer. And another thing to go with this is we have up in our Milwaukee office, we have these cubicles lined with ticket salespeople who literally all they do all day is just they're on the phone calling businesses, calling people, seeing who might be interested in coming out to some games and making sure the word is out there. So it's nice having such a dedicated staff to be able to make sure people are coming out to the games, adding that value, and making sure that that Lafayette sees what we have to offer. And the third point here with signs of an updraft is innovation and entertainment that stirs the mind. We want to make sure, as I've mentioned already, that when you come out, it's more than just a baseball game. So every one of our home games has a theme to it. Now we'll have we have 10 different theme series. For instance, opening weekend will be Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle because that's the weekend that the movie opens up in the box office. We have a Star Wars theme at one point, princesses and superheroes as well. We have a bicentennial weekend as well where we're honoring the 200 years of Indiana. So we try to have a theme for every single one of our home games in an effort to make sure that when you come out, if you come to every single game, it's going to be a little bit different each time you come out. It's also a great way for kids to dress up like princesses and superheroes, or even adults to do that as well and join their kids in the fashion as well. But it's a great way for just to get some more excitement, make it a little bit more different, and add to the entertainment overall. Disney-like customer service, we want to make sure that we are doing everything we can above and beyond to make sure that your experience is as good as it can be. And so you'll see plenty of our staff around to make sure that you're being taken care of, making sure that if you have any issues, they'll be there to help you out. So it really goes a long way to making sure that you do have a Disney-like experience with us. And then the cleaner, fresher-looking ballpark, as I mentioned, we've done some updating to the stadium just to make it look a little bit cosmetically better and also have some extra services there for us. So definitely making things just look a little bit nicer and newer, but still keeping that nostalgic feel. And as far as our community involvement, that drives fan loyalty, as you can see, Kokomo Jackrabbits, our mascot there, his name is Jax. He was actually voted in the top 5 most influential people in Kokomo last year. So, with that being said, we're excited. We will be having a mascot here soon in town before the season starts. And so we actually, I believe starting next week, we should be having a Name the Mascot competition that's open to the public. So be on the lookout for that because we need a name for our aviator guy, and we'll definitely love all suggestions from the public. But that should be happening for the next 2 weeks, competition to name our mascot, and hopefully he can be in the top 5 most influential people in Lafayette, West Lafayette as well. Social media following, as you see, we have over 2,300 Facebook followers and 550 Twitter followers as well. So we want to make sure that we have an impact in the community, we have a voice in the community, and it's something that can be used as a tool to really go out and speak volumes for our partners, for our team, and everyone involved. Kids Club is a great program for anyone, any kids 14 and younger. There's 2 different levels for the Kids Club. There's a free membership, which each kid will get a free personalized membership card. And then every Sunday home game, which there's 6 Sunday home games, any kid who is a Kids Club member will get in for free, which is just a nice thank you for being part of the club. Makes it a little bit easier for parents to bring out the kids, or maybe anyone bring out grandkids as well. Just makes it a little bit easier for a family to come out and enjoy the game without having to hit the wallet as much. The second level is the $15 membership. They get the same 2 benefits as the free one, but they also get an Aviators lanyard, an Aviators t-shirt, and a 10% discount at the Aviators team store. And then another program that we have is the Hometown Heroes, which is it's being sponsored by Wabash National, so thank you to them. But it's a season-long tribute to those who serve out of the local military bases. So every home game will be honoring someone different and thanking them for their service, because we realize it is a thankless act that they do. We want to make sure that we honor them and are able to give them something more than what they deserve, or give them something that they do deserve and that they're maybe not getting elsewhere. So definitely a huge program for us there. And Community Connections program, this is where local businesses or anyone who's just feeling kind enough can get involved and donate tickets so that kids who normally can't come out to games, who are part of local organizations, maybe not be able to afford to go to a game, they can donate tickets so that these kids can come out to a game, have a good time, see what it's like to be at the ballpark, and maybe get a few goodies while they're there. So it's also a great program to have as well. Quick team profile. History of Loeb Stadium opened in 1940, originally called Columbian Park Recreational Center, and now called Loeb Stadium, as it says in 1971. Been hosting Colt World Series since 1969, and it's still going to be the home to Lafayette Jeff baseball, and we're hoping to maybe have some more IHSAA championships as it's hosted for 4 times. So great park to be part of. We're excited to be coming in, and we're really looking forward to it. And here, a quick overview of what our mission is. And I won't read the whole thing just to save on the time, but we really do want to make sure that we are a great part of this community, creating mutually beneficial benefits, not only for us, but for the community and our partners as well. I think it goes a long way to creating a great relationship in this town. And then this is a quick little glance at all the teams that are in our league. There are 12 total teams in our league. Most of them are in Illinois, Indiana, and Ohio, but we also have one in Missouri, one in West Virginia, and one in Pennsylvania. So we'll be traveling a little bit over the summer, and these are some of these are the teams that you'll be seeing playing with us as well. So we're looking forward to a full season, 30 home games, 60 games total against these other 11 teams. And I'll hand it over to Brandon, and he'll finish it up here for us.
All right, thanks, Dan. Dan did a great job, and in fairness to him, just a little bit of background information. I'm actually getting married tomorrow, so I got this presentation done about a minute before I walked out the door this morning. So he didn't really have time to look at it because I've been dealing with tuxes getting screwed up and family not knowing what they're doing and flowers getting screwed up. I haven't shaved. So he knocked it out of the park, which is a bad pun, but he did a really, really good job without seeing this. So he was flying blind today. But some ways that we need the community to help or some ways to get involved with the Aviators. The first one would be tickets. We sell different types of ticket packages, and we want to make it affordable for families. What we found in Kokomo, it was a really good family environment. And we sell season tickets. We have 30 home games this season. It's a little hard to tell. This is about as big as I can make it again, and it was rough getting this together this morning. But we've got ticket packages starting under $200, and we also do 7-game ticket packages. So if you don't want to come for all 30 home games, maybe you just want to come for 7, we do those as well, and those start as low as $49. And I know most of you, if you haven't been to Loeb Stadium, you've seen it, you know it, you're aware of it. There's really not a bad seat. You know, it's not like going to, maybe Wrigley where you're caught up underneath the balcony. There's not a bad seat there, so it's a really good price. And then we also do single game tickets, kind of right behind we're third base to first base. This red section right there, it's just $10 per game, and then the yellow section is only $8. So very, very affordable. Our concession prices, we price them to be affordable. Obviously we've got to make a little money too, but they're very, very affordable compared to about any other pro team or minor league team you go to. You're going to be able to come for, $30, $40 with a family of 4, have a nice day, have a nice night. So those are tickets. Another thing that we really need from the community, we host our players here. So these players, they're collegiate players. They're still playing college baseball right now. We've got players coming from the SEC, ACC, Big Ten, top D2 programs in the country. And we can't, the NCAA says we can only do so much. So we look for host families. So we're looking to place a few more players in host families around here in the community. So if you have a spare bedroom and you want a baseball player, we're looking for somebody. The perks of hosting a player, really all we ask for our host is just give them basically a place to sleep and a roof over their head. Most of our families go a little bit above and beyond that, but that's just about all we ask. But the people who decide to host a player, you get season tickets for each member of the immediate family living in the house. You get guaranteed giveaway items, so if we're giving away t-shirts at a game, you would get those. You get a 25% discount on all team merchandise. We do a family picnic for all the host families that we invite you out to, and you also get on-field recognition. And there's an email address right there. We have a business manager here in Lafayette. His name is Asa. Asa is kind of that contact person, asaj@LafayetteBaseball.com. But if you're technologically savvy or you know how to work a website, sometimes I struggle with that. But you can just go to LafayetteBaseball.com and you can get some more information about that there. And then finally, the final thing, and this is where Dan and I, this is kind of where we park our car a little bit. This is more the side of things that we're on, are corporate partnerships. And, one thing with the team, no matter where you go, and you're starting to see it, I'm a big Cub fan, so it's still a little odd to me to see all the new video boards and all the signage out there at Wrigley Field. But, this is the best way for us to raise funds for our team. So we do have corporate partnerships available. So we're out right now in the community trying to go to different businesses to see if they'll partner with us. And our partnerships, you can call them sponsorships, but they're a little bit different. We do promotion-based partnerships with all our sponsors. So we really work to get a good return on investment for our partners. It's not just simply hanging a sign, but we try to do promotions to get people to go back into their businesses. So that's what we're really looking for, as far as Dan and I, but we're always available as well if people have questions about tickets or host families. I tend to think a rising tide lifts all boats. So even though I'm on the partnership side of things, I want to see us get tickets. I want to see us get host families. I just want to see people get involved. We have a nonprofit of the game where we look for nonprofits of the community to come out to the game. So whatever we can do to kind of build our brand and get people out there, I think it's really going to help us. But we do different things. These two pictures, this one here and this is here, this is from our new stadium out in Kokomo. But we do big advertising out in the outfield wall. We do concourse signs as you're walking in. We're going to put some signage on the scoreboard at Loeb, and we do some things in the dugout top. So we do a lot of kind of creative things as far as corporate partnerships go. So those are 3 ways. If you're interested in being involved with the Aviators, you can get involved. And, it just, if nothing else, helping us spread the word. We've got pocket schedules that we would love to give out. Dan has some, and I got more out in my car if you'd like one. Just come up to us at the end of the presentation or before you leave. We'd love to give you a pocket schedule and hopefully have you come out. So again, thank you for having us. This is myself and Dan's information. Do you have any, I think we got a little bit of time. Do you have any questions?
What's the first home game?
June 1st.
June 1st.
Coming up quick.
I have a question.
Yes.
Are these players paid?
They're not. No. It's all free. Well, free is a misleading word, but we cannot pay them per NCAA rules. So they are coming. It's good for these players because we're going to have Major League scouts out there, and the prospect league that we play in has sent almost 200 players out to play Major League Baseball. So we'll have scouts out there, so it's good for the players, and it's also good for those college coaches that are sending their kids to us because they're continuing to play during the summer, and they're staying out of trouble.
Do you have any Purdue players on the team?
Do we have? We got 2 Purdue
Yeah,
players.
we have
Right?
2 players. And I don't know their names off the top of my head, but yeah, we do have 2 of them on the roster at this point.
Yeah, and I think we got a couple from St. Joe's too.
How do you, part of that selection process, how do you choose what players come to Lafayette to play?
It's kind of a 2-pronged approach. Coaches, college coaches, send us their players, and usually they like to send them to organizations or teams that, 1, treat them right, and 2, that are competitive. So the Prospect League, you wouldn't believe it, there's about 40 of these collegiate summer leagues throughout the nation. The Prospect League that we're in was ranked number 4. So they want to send them to really competitive leagues. So usually we're getting it from coaches. And then our head coach is actually a Lafayette guy. I cannot remember. I want to say he went to Jeff. His name, Brent McLean. Brent McNeil, sorry. Brent McNeil, he's a Lafayette guy. Due to his relationships and going out and getting coaches, or going out, he can go out and get players with his relationships with different coaches.
Strictly college players.
Just strictly college players.
So, where did Dan learn how to speak so fast?
I tend to speak a little bit too fast when I'm up in front of people. I found out, so apologize for speaking a little bit fast there, and hopefully the slides were able to slow you down on some of my information.
It was my fault. I should have given it to him earlier, but I'm dealing with Brazil.
I don't even know how to do
What's wrong with IU? I went to IU.
So this is not semi-pro, so it's,
Yeah.
the players are not paid, but they do get some kind of per diem or something to, certain expenses you have to cover for them?
We can cover expenses up to a certain amount, but really, I mean, it can just really be food and travel. Yeah.
Food and travel.
Mhm.
And they're on their own to travel, or do they get on a bus there
We get on a bus.
and bring
Yep.
them over here?
Yeah, and we feed them after every game as well. Our league we do it, we would love to do it anyways, but our league requires that we feed all home and away people for every home game. So all players that are playing in any game that you guys see afterwards, we work with local businesses to provide a catered meal for them afterwards. That way they go home and they get some food. The host family doesn't have to provide dinner for them that night. Again, a lot of times the host families go above and beyond and give them some breakfast and lunch. But most of the time, these guys are so busy that they're at practice most of the day or they're traveling. They get taken care of pretty well with food and travel and things like that.
How many players on the roster?
Right now, there is, I believe there's 23, I think, confirmed, and we go up to 25 total roster. So I think we're still figuring out the last couple spots on the team.
What are your group packages?
It depends. It depends how many people you have, and there's different seating sections. So we do some group packages where you get tickets, you get food, and you get merchandise, and it's all lumped in together. So they just, again, we have so many, it'd be hard to just tell. I think they start at about $150 for a group. And I think we can do groups up to however really many you want. You know, in Kokomo, it's not uncommon to see us do groups from 40 to 300 people.
So, just to explain conceptually, after high school, there's a minor league draft. And a certain percentage of those people go into the minor leagues, but for the vast majority that want to continue and pursue their education, they go into college, so that many of these student athletes are actually people who have been drafted and have that quality of professionalism and expertise, but they're staying in college until they're juniors or seniors to try to play and also pursue an education.
That's a great point, a really, really good point, because these I coached college basketball for 6 years, so these kids that are coming to play for us, coaches aren't sending their into the bench guys. They're sending their better players that are getting scouted or have already been looked at or been drafted. So, I kind of put the level of competition in the prospect league kind of like that high A or maybe low double A competition. So it's good baseball. Yeah, that's a great point. All right. Well, thank you again for having us. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Don. Thank you, Brandon.
We need to get Brandon out of here so he can shave and get ready for his wedding. But thank you both for being here. And as just an extra thank you, we just have these little note cards so you can make those last-minute wedding notes or baseball notes or whatever you need. But thank you again. So.